With me now is Daniella Squicquero with Engel & Volkers. Welcome back, Daniella.
Thank you, Betsy. Great to see you.
Good to see you too. So we are in the holiday season. What does that mean for our market?
So it's such an interesting time in our market, and I'm smiling because to me it's just, I don't know, it's sort of funny, but like I always say, you have to be some special kind of crazy to be good at this job. So things are funny to me that aren't normally funny. But in our market right now, what's happening is that you get a lot of activity that people don't expect. You know, during the holidays and during sort of the colder season, if you will, there's this expectation that everything sort of drops off and goes dead until the springtime. And in a lot of markets, especially northern residential markets, that's pretty true. Down here, though, that's really not necessarily the case. You may not get the primary or the residential or the under 500 that's moving all that quickly right now because a lot of people who have family ties, things like that, family coming in, kids in school, holidays, right. The last thing they want to do is pull the trigger on a new house or put their house on the market for that matter and have it be ready to sell. But you get a lot of second-time home buyers, and now is the time for snowbirds. So the secondary market, the investment market, of course, is always going because that completely lacks emotion. And then it's just there are threaded markets that happen in our particular market, and so it's interesting to see what rises and what falls.
And I know we talk about you want to be competitive, obviously, if you're a seller.
Yes.
But what does being competitive as a buyer mean?
So, yeah, as you said, and it's true, you have to be competitive in both fields. And I think for a lot of people, it's kind of obvious how a seller can be more competitive, right? That's good pricing, good marketing strategy, photography, working with somebody who knows what they're doing. All those things are true. Staging is incredibly important. I was just showing a couple of days ago to some clients of mine who we looked through quite a few homes, and some of them were great examples of exactly what you want staging to look like and why it matters, and others were great examples of why staging matters because they didn't do it.
What not to do.
So exactly right. So that's the strength on a seller's side. The strength on a buyer's side, though, is having somebody that really, really knows the market. And when you go in as a buyer to strengthen your position and be more competitive, it all comes down to your offer. It comes down to what you have available. Do you have your ducks in a row? Do you know what you can spend? And then on top of that, how much you'd like to spend of that limit, of course. Then you have things like your down payment, your earnest money. All of those things come together to create the relative strength of your offer, and you want to be ready and you want to be prepared to be aggressive. Don't lowball, because unless you're willing to walk away from that property, if you really love it, the goal is to get it. And if it's a couple $1,000s difference, it might just be worth it.
Yeah, certainly. And I know we only have about 30 seconds left, but I know you have some listings you want to share with us, so what are they?
So I'm actually going to focus on two specifically today, and those are on the lower end of the price point just because they are such great grabs for the holiday. 33 Rosewood, which is in Baynard Park. It's the last newer construction home in that community, which has been sold out. And then 64 Gables Lane, which is in Pinecrest, that is an absolute steal at $219,000. Gorgeous, fenced-in backyard, screen porch, to the nines, ready to go.
Thanks so much for being with us, Daniella. Great information as always.
Thanks, Betsy.